wider to cover the chicken, they are able to hide under the mother's wings, and the what do you call it? The eagle will be scared away by the cock. The cock doesn't have feathers to cover the chicken. So when you leave your children for the man, he might be able to show signs of feeding, but will not be able to show signs of covering them to be able to stay under the wings of a good parental care. A man's life is not to build a home, but to build a house. A woman's life is not to build a house, but to build a home. So the home is made by the woman. That is why when a man is not home, the home must not be broken. Hello? The absence of a man from the home, and the distinction here is a home and a house. And I don't think I need to come and describe what a home is, or come and describe what a house is, or what is the difference between a home and a house. The difference between a home and a house too is another topic on its own. The difference between a home and a house is another game altogether. But I'm talking about you understanding the fact that when there is a home, the home is made by the woman, but the house is made by the man, because the difference between a house and a home is where you come and meet us, but a house is what you see as an edifice standing. So if you go even to go and look for a meaning of the difference between a home and this thing, I mean, I think that the dictionary will tell you that a house is a building. All right, a house, the meaning of a house is a building for human habitation. So we build houses for human habitation, especially the one that consists of room, story buildings, and those ones are called houses. They are houses. But when you come to talk about a home, when you enter into a house, what makes it peaceful is the home. So women were designed to make a home peaceful. Hello? So when a man cannot live in his home, it means that he is dwelling in his house with a marriage attack. Hello? Oba, now fear to say, me never could the onion, maybe I didn't trip you. Oba, I don't know. What's happening? Either. What about two-story beer for you, Kafra? Sorry, wait down to your story, Nico. One of the what? Okay, thank you. So one of the things that will happen to us, I lost something here, and I have to call my boss to come and see that what is happening. I didn't know what I say here. So what I'm saying is, so there are women today who have made a home, but a home is not habitable enough for husband to stay. I said one day I'm going to do this thing before I go back to my grade. I walk to homes and collect their mobile phones from them, put up their television set, and give the husband and the wife time to chat, and give them exclusion on issues that they should not talk about. Not talk about children's school fees. Talking about school fees, you be a coin, you could to a fees. And maybe Jimmy, hey, Papa, when Jimmy sir, hey, me, young man, maybe you. Now, every mama, maybe. Yami fa and maybe born in Chawo. Say only your bati. And ya would they say what your fees or bank to school uniform. Hey, and then maybe your boy is saying, and what? Now, so what to bring money for who they say. Our dear and I will time now through one day. And now what do you moon candy? So, talking about making a home, the woman makes the home because she's taking care of cleaning, taking care of washing, taking care of cooking, taking care of serving, making sure there are children involved. Then she's going to make sure that the motherhood nature is also exhibited, and making sure that you, the man, your clothing are clean. No more dry cleaners. You don't take your things to laundry anymore. You don't bring a shower home to come and use anymore because she's ready to perform a shower duties for you. You turn your face to the wall. She's available for penetration. She's always there. When your diet is guaranteed by her, she's able to say, today you ate okra stew last night, and you can't repeat okra stew in this house. Even if that is only diet you want to eat, eat. I want to make sure that it gets ready for you. I mean, you wake up in the morning after tired and sleeping and stretching. You come out and they have fixed something in the microwave for you to eat. As busy as your wife is, she knows you have to eat breakfast. She knows you have to eat lunch. She knows you have to prepare supper for you. This is what makes a home. Now maybe you want to say my best school. Hey, one best school. The headmistress very young and this is all from mama. Hey, headmistress are sorry them. I said the past questions amount. You hear and say bra. Now be sure the two apo. I saw be sure the two apo. Now headmistress are jadi ama now and some phone no. Young come bra and go share there. One be two apo no. Ya come by ya. Send a jadi na da hosa. E mabre. Why a per sandwich bread in Kosua Fem? The here says if I was 6 on a cannon and no say any day. Young machine is a cocoa windy. Why better figure? So when there's a woman in the house who is a wife, her duty is described the difference between a man and a woman in marital circle. The husband and the wife is known by duty share. So for you to become a wife, you are the manager of a home. Get that clarity. You are the manager of a home. 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 What does it? You are the manager of a home. So, madam, stop crying. All the things, that is why when we come into your house and your house is neat. You know that we give the credit to. Give the credit to you, the wife. But there's some wives who are more than neat. And you say, no, there are some wives who are more than neat. And I come now, onam he, or me kota de o kwan ho abasisia. E den kra na aka kota o kwan ho de aba. E den na aka kota o kwan ho aba. Oh, me kota de aba. Enti kwam na kra, uhu me mobo na uhu mobo. Me so me ye nipa o. Me so me ye nipa. Den e ma ye nipa. Na enti fi djuma ba ye. Se also boa me kakra na ye den. Ushu ya yi na da fom yi. Ade o kan kwala no ho ana. Me de mabrem o. Ade be che wan de meso no mewu na asa. Ma me nkasa sa. Awoni eni siesie fie no na de ma o. Be ma de oni bi. Okofa ne he. O di game na se. Enti empempi no. Ade ba ko ye nim a ye refi a ye na ese ye nyina ye sua ne se. No kura ne nye 40, no kura ne nye 70, no kura ne ye 1. Na no kura ne ye 1 nti na de bia me no kasa ma me kire de se wo ye. Adofo enyanom, being a wife is a duty. It is making a home. But the structure which is called a house is made by the man who is a husband. I'm sorry to apologize for some stupid husbands where they are sharing costs. When a woman voluntarily decides to help you, I am not against it. But my issue is where it has become the random request from a man. My child planning fees and ra. And it wants to be one day normal school at Tadian and see and Tom Mishu. Once to cut Toman. A first saw back where Jumaba was share bag, what tabrem bano. Was share shoe, what tabrem. But yen can the woman say, Bema, and I said, yeah, Kai was say, material fees, and the Kai send any shoe, no so better. I mean, that one is so painful for a woman to hear. And men, please, let me admonish all of you. Being a husband, you are making the house very comfortable for the woman so she can drive in and make the house a home for you. So becoming a homemaker, the first thing that makes you a homemaker is when you are made a wife. So you ask me, counselor, when I'm single and I'm living in my house, am I not making a home? Hear me. The home, the definition of a home here is the domestic, under the Domestic Violence Act, the description of a household is where we are talking about a husband, a wife, children, and house helps. So that is the type of home we are talking about. So you living as a single girl, you don't have a home. In quote, if you are living with your parents, there's a home. But when you're a single girl that you're living in the 4-bedroom apartment, 5-bedroom apartment, you don't have a home. Because there is nothing like children and a husband. I'm talking about becoming a homemaker because you have become a wife. Do you understand? So here is the issue, that you have become a homemaker, that you are not a wife, but a baby mama. Your story is different. So I was one time married, or I have never been married, but I have 3 children. So right now in our house, I have 3 children. Their father is not with me because we didn't get married, but I am born 1, born 2, born 3, living in a 2-bedroom house with the children. Do I also call it making a home? Yes, you're making a home. But that home becomes very effective when this children's father, even by extension, wherever he finds himself, he is still taking responsibility as the father of the children. Do you get what I'm saying? The absence of the man physically in the home doesn't reduce him from becoming a father or reduce him from becoming a daddy. Anyhow you want to refer to him. He is the father of the children. His absence in America and you in Ghana doesn't exclude him from making a home. So, how do I get married as a born 1, born 2? I've told you what you need to do to deal with the pain. Forgive that man. The first thing you need to do so you can get married as born 1 is this. Identify the father of the child. 1. Where is the father of the child? Who is the father of the child? Identify it. I'm not saying identify it by coming to social media to announce. No. I'm not saying identify the baby daddy by coming to tell us, finally, I have seen the baby daddy. No, I'm not talking about that. Identify the father of the child. First is to identify the father of the child. When you identify the father of the child, recognize the father of the child. No matter what medium by which you became a born 1, whether you became a born 1 through divorce, you became a born 1 through traditional marriage, you became born 1 through one night stand, you became a born 1 through deception. The man was not ready to marry you, but he came down there to lie to you that he's single. There's nobody in his life. And for that matter, he needed a beautiful, quiet, eloquent, presentable woman like you. A short girl with enough body. Sweet, slick, nice girl like you. And that is what I want to live with my life. Yesterday, I was telling you the story of this young lady who had this problem. And I decided to play that quick back for you today to see. And that quick back could have brought all of us to a particular level of coming to learn what it is and what it takes and what has made us become what we are today. Because majority of us, we have come to the position and the realization that we need to have some things dealt with. But we don't care, we don't mind, and fire home. Because the procedure by which you became that baby daddy, the procedure by which you today, what me dani baby mama o na ma o bre no e fa kwan bi so hwe o yesi o ka se wo fie wa obi fie wo fie echi. Yes, some people, the pain they have gone through, some people are dying as a result of what the man did to them. I was sharing a story with you yesterday, and let me just give you this gist of it. Let me replace the time wasted. So there are people that, and there's another lady who, when the guy came down, God be yen papa yi. E ye na sia no bi ase na kwaku ye na be fa oba fi akọ na ko ware no. So the lady heard. And I never worry about Ghana. How in man mo hu jupa, who papa chie so we be never worry be. And the girl was listening and chebia, and then the guy came to go and propose to her that me dem pese me ware na me wo Italy na me nya wale na ebusofo ha madwi se me ware fi Ghana. And this obey wa adwin ye di ohima yet na me ware. I see to say it's magic. Almost shisha kakra within 2 months guy ni fi call you call Italy. Or she guy ni call Italy and chembia no who say obuni say back to Airbnb yi oko check on him. When she got pregnant was when everybody said no you didn't was sem yen kan wie. So the way some people can get pregnant is not by airborne disease though, but they have become baby mamas as a result of the men whose position is not well standing in where they are coming from. Like Minaling's story, I will always use it for example. I don't think Minaling is so stupid from wherever she's coming from, Italy or Belgium or wherever she's coming from, to come and give sexual intercourse to Zion fellas unprotected while there's nothing between the two of them. Young lady, you don't fear sickness, you don't fear STD, you don't fear HIV, you don't fear anything, so you come and give your vagina unprotected to a penis that is walking in Ghana. Unsuro. So there are many ways that one become a born one. So when you're not married, when you are married, there are people that they come and do knocking which is not married, but they give in to the guys to sleep with them. And as for those who come for summer and these things in Ghana, there are too many stories that people have waited and they die or call them who's having him. Or me die or call them who's having him. Or him Abrantie mi efia brochie de why Facebook chat sa go be do Ghana no oba ya na wo tweda ho ma no eye jimie obi andi wonu kwa na medi obedi say wan ekuru. What is your position in his life? But fast forward, you become a baby mama for the woman, for the man. Dia ba ko de o se o dani baby mama nche bia no se na Abrantie ni ba Ghana no de ni mami ensa wawo on ebre ni maami ama wahwe bofra no nana ne anti bi a wati kwanda da ne bo ani nyina na e wa Germany e so be do kase e do ye East region and a guy no maami ni no say eh asimesi na ye den wo house ngbe nkwa ne bre e wo kase when e bro maami na maami hwe ne mam anche bia ne ka che se Abrantie bia ba be ye omoba ne ho ade na ose obechia e wo fikasim nipa ne ba Abrantie no ne ne yire wo matre na odi tinkola na bagana no ono ba be ne list ni ho ade eye time out ebusanfo o say enye no kra and abema o say de e bia nko say blah 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 they fought the anti say anti na woda and on person be ya na great and they ignored what the woman was saying. And they gave chance for this young man to come and put their daughter up in marriage. Onyemu na nche bia na information ba say na yiri amama warning. Mommy, I understand the story and I have too many of the stories that you don't have. I understand the story. Metiasie say kwa ye fa so anyinsa ne ba ye nya easy. But no kura ba ko so we say ye ka kire wo. Nyinsa na ba. There are stories where you got pregnant and the guy said, go and abort. And you said, as for abortion, you won't do. You will take care of it. That was your decision. I'm not against that decision. But after some time, you are still a born one. Don't deny the child who the father is because he said your child is 9 years. Anytime they ask who is my father, you concoct story. It makes you a liar. Do you believe in the soul of the child? So becoming a born one, like I said yesterday, has so many issues. The road to be a born one is not cast in stone. But immediately a man impregnates you, puts you in a family way, and you deliver. Whether in marriage, out of marriage, whether it was talking jolly, it was prostitution, whatever means, then they leave you to become a baby mama because you are the mother of the child. Now look at the process I'll be teaching some next week. A woman is a female. She grows, she's a young baby girl, and she's a female. She becomes a girl. She grows, becomes a woman. Then she becomes a wife. Then she becomes a mother when she gives birth. Then she becomes a mother-in-law when her children gets married. So in each of the stages of the life of every woman and every man, there is a behavioral pattern that is attached to it. Hear me. You can be a mother whilst you are not a wife. And you can be a wife whilst you cannot become a mother because you're not producing children. None of these stages in your life should affect the child in question. Children should not be your reason why you are still single. People,
If I end here today, I'm ending here for you to understand that the way you became born one, sit down, analyze it. If there is something you have to do in correction, correct it now. Correct it. Correct it.
You know, there are times I watch myself and I ask myself, what book am I reading? Because this recap I played for you was what I taught you yesterday. So I wanted to bring you up to speed. Some of the circumstances and the situations surrounding people becoming born ones. And once you understand their situations and their plight, your thinking about born ones will change. People say that the children are not to be blamed. I've never blamed any child. But like I say every day, your future is determined by your mother. So the type of pennies your mother will take use of to become a born one is what will change your horizon and whoever you are supposed to be destined by God. So if you want to get married as a born one, like I said, first and foremost, identify the father of the child. 2, when you identify the father of the child, have connection with the father of the child. So identify the father of the child, that the father of the child is George Luttrot. Once you identify the father of the child, have a relationship. Not, when I say relationship, I have identified George Luttrot. There should be an interaction between the two of us. Whatever scores we have to settle, let's settle it. Whatever misunderstanding we are supposed to settle, let's settle it. The child is not involved. Don't involve the child when you identify me. So once you come forward and come and point to me that my name is Millicent, you remember me? I say, oh no. Well, I am Millicent. Some years ago in 2021, you came to America in New Jersey, and there was an event that we attended. You remember that young lady who followed you up and gave you a lift, and you slept over the night, and they said, oh yes, well, it's been how many years now? Oh, it's about 6 years now. Okay. So, well, I have kept this away from you. When you left back to Ghana, I have not been able to reach you again because I realized that I was pregnant and the child is there. I've delivered the child nicely. I've given your name to the child, even though I've not told you. So now I want you to have to be aware that you have a child with me. His name is called George Luttrot. I had sex with her. I came down here in New Jersey, truly speaking. I was in the US. I went for an event, and after the night, somebody gave me a place to sleep. Yes. So the story she's narrating and connecting me back 6 years, I can identify, yes, I had some fling with her. Now she's come to identify me that she has a child with me. Identify the man who impregnated you and have a relationship with the man who impregnated you and remind him of being the father to the child or the children he has with you. Now, this one is because it was a fling. This is an unwanted pregnancy. When it is marriage and we have divorce, you also have to do the same thing, but your process is different. If after the divorce, a direction or a rule or a judgment was passed, and you are not practicing the judgment, the first thing you need to do is to go back to the law court to revamp the direction and ask the consequences and what you are supposed to do. So your husband was supposed to be paying, your ex-husband was supposed to be paying child support, and he deflected, he didn't do for the first month. And you decided that, oh yeah, I'm fine. Now you have heard that you want to get married again. The children are with you, or the child is with you. But when the marriage ended, the anger and everything, like Agnes Opoku, for 9 years, for 10 years, for 12 years, you have not had anything to do with the baby daddy. And now you want to get married. I say, identify the father of the child, have a relationship with the father of the child. So for you, there's no identification. The identification part is for those who had a fling or had one night stand or had a wanted pregnancy, and unfortunately for them, the man denied. And because the man denied, they left the man's issue for him. But now you are watching me and you want to get married. I'm saying identify the father of the child. Have the relationship with the father of the child. Don't involve the child yet. That is how it's done. After you are able to settle your scores and differences with the man who has now come to believe, yes, I have a child with you. Yes, you are my child. Yes, it's true. I can identify and I can do X, Y, Z with you. Immediately that is done. Once that identification is cleared, right now you settle your scores. After settling your scores, then your conversation must be driven towards the child he has with you or he had with you. Let him now understand that the child you have with me is still there. The child you have with me is alive. The child you have with me is still with me. The 2 children we had before we divorced that you didn't do ABCD, you've gone to the court. You've gone to see the people in the court. They'll show you the procedure. That we divorced here on 17th day of August 2001. And the judge gave a judgment. My ex-husband didn't follow. But I'm back here to see what I can do by the law. They'll take you through the process and they'll reconnect you to the judgment. And whatever amount your ex-husband is supposed to come and pay and recover, so they will do it. The judgment was also passed that if you have custody and access and you refuse because he was not paying the money, you have to revert and get back and these things are corrected. When the two of you are able to settle your differences, now the children involved or the child involved, you have to now, you, the mother, must now connect the child to the father. But this is the pain. Based on what you have told the child in the absence of the father, will give you a faster way of introducing the child to the father or a difficult process of leading the child to see the father. These things I'm telling you must not be done without counseling. I have got people that I asked them to go and get connected to the baby daddy, and they went and got pregnant again. After 5 years, there were a couple in my office who were seeking for divorce badly, and they were referred from the court to seek for help. So they were separated. When I started seeing them, they will come together. And when they are coming together, they decide not to drive 2 cars, even though I gave that instruction. The woman picks the man, and they come together. When you talk, they say, yes, we want to divorce, but we are not enemies. And because it's my work, I know what can happen. Fast forward the story. One day they came, and whilst they were going, the woman had to go, and the woman didn't have her car. So the man must drop the woman first, and then will drive off. According to them, on their way to Wager, the rain was too heavy and was dangerous with lighting. So when the man got to the residence of the woman and dropped the potential ex-wife at where she's residing, the woman offered that he should sleep small or stay in, not sleep, stay, until this lighting and things will subside. One thing led to another. The two of them who have separated for 2 years planning to divorce engaged in sexual intercourse that rainy night. Whilst they were coming for counseling in my place. And in the counseling, everything points together that they want to work out. Just when you say Jack, the lady comes to my office, and I determine in my system that she has resumed sexual intercourse with the man. She said yes to me, that it was a mistake and it won't happen again. And I said, can I have your menstrual cycle? She said, yes, I can remember. She brought me the chart. And the day they had sex was the peak of ovulation, 12 midnight. She got pregnant. The baby is there now. They were planning to divorce. And they didn't follow the instructions that I gave. Offered the guy a place to lie. And he caught up with them with the weather. They engaged in unprotected sex after 2 years of separation. And they had that pregnancy. So because now they were working on divorce, but she has gotten pregnant, every other issue happening has changed the counseling shape. When she came to the place, the first thing is that when I told her by the calculation straight in my office, me alone, together with her, when I did the calculation, I said, my dear, you are pregnant. Thank you very much, Kenneth. I said, madam, you are pregnant. Is it eh? Oh, no, counselor, no. I said, oh, what's the no? You had unprotected sex, yes. I mean, why do you have to allow him? He said, yeah, counselor, it was dangerous. You know, the Wager area, because of the McCarthy Hill, the way that things was doing, I didn't want to be quite responsible that he has come to. I said, madam, what did I tell you when you started the counseling? My instruction was strict. I told you straightforward. Nobody should drop anybody. Transport yourself for the section. Let him do same. Don't sit in the same car home. Because the way you were at each other's throat is the reason why they asked the two of you to go on separation. This counseling I'm doing, it is for you to make an informed decision. Your husband is not ready for you. You are not ready for your husband. So that is why you are going through this section. So you can, the court asks you to see me before they give you the guarantee. Now you are pregnant. What do we do? The first thing she told me was that she will pay for me to show her the gender. Depending on the gender, she will not terminate it. And if it's a girl, she will keep. If it's a boy, she will terminate because they have two boys. Well, when I did my system, 14 days later, I gave her the gender that this is a girl. Now, once this is a girl, bam, it has happened. Now look at me. In the counseling time, the husband told me something on my table between the two of us on confidentiality, that the wife is having has engaged herself in sexual intercourse with a particular man who has confirmed to him by that conversation. If this young lady tells the man, I am pregnant by the sex we had, the man would deny the fatherhood. Yes, it's my work. But during the counseling time, you were given instructions. So when I'm telling you that you are supposed to have a connection with the father of the child and then establish a relationship with the father of the child through counseling. I'm not saying go and carry him and put him at your back. Put him in your car and let you have luxury chats together. Go and discuss those times when we're together. I can remember the way you cuddle me. I remember the way when I enter into the bathroom, you follow me and come and shout, Pulusi, Pulusi, Pupusili, Pulusi. The memories cannot leave my ears, but all these things are over. I can remember when you always tell me, babe, will you marry me? Oh, yes, I'll marry you tomorrow. I remember all those times. I didn't say go and rekindle what you were able to do. I didn't say go and tell him what you have gone through after he left you and the baby. I'm not saying go and narrate your pain with him. I said go and have a connection. And that is why counseling is important. I tell you what to do. Finally, this lady and the husband who are seeking for counseling, who are seeking for divorce, the fact that they are seeking for divorce and the law court has referred them for me to work on them because they chose me, the report was clean. She's now pregnant. The man walks to my office and I didn't tell the man about it because I'm not the one to announce the pregnancy to the man. And I told her she should hold on. She shouldn't tell the man now. But what's the reaction of the man after the sexual intercourse? The first thing she said was that the next morning, after the sex, the man slept over and left 5 a.m. to go and dress up and go to work. In the afternoon, there was a message from the man. I don't think I can do this. Can we please come back together? So there was a message from the man. The act of sex after 2 years connected them. So the man sent a message that gave this woman an assurance that the man wants to come back. And all along, she didn't tell me about that. But when we're talking, he said, this is the message the guy sent. After our 3 sections, we met with the pregnancy. When she saw the agenda, she wants to keep the baby. I told her, follow my instructions. Henceforth, the 2 of you should not move together again. So now when the predicament came, she's following the instructions. The man walks to me, and we're going through our sections one day after the other, trying to follow A, B, C, D, Y, C, blah, 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 and all the sections were going on. Then I asked the man, when was the last time, if you can remember, you had sexual intercourse? Simple question. The question is, well, I didn't ask, when was the last time you had sexual intercourse with your ex-wife? No. Or your distant or separated wife? No. My question in counseling was simple. Say, when was the last time you engaged in sexual intercourse? And on the oath of secrecy and privacy, share with me. He said, sir, the last time I had sexual intercourse was about 2 weeks ago. I said, wow. How was it? He said, sir, it was memorable. It brought a lot of fun memories together. I said, wow. That was good for you. You didn't regret having sex? He says, no. As I said, was it a sex that was protected or it was unprotected sex? He said it was unprotected. I didn't protect myself. I didn't use any protection at all. It was just raw sexual intercourse. I said, wow, that makes a lot of sense. And the next thing he was going to say was, do you care to know who? I said, oh, it depends on you if you want to share with me. So he said, I can't tell you, I feel shy. I said, why? He said, because I've disappointed myself. And I believe I disappointed you. I said, oh, no, you can't disappoint me. I mean, it is you. Who? He said, my wife I come here with. I said, what? How come? What really happened? He said, we didn't obey your rules. I happened to drop her home and the rain, it was serious. I was passing the nights in the couch. She asked that I rather come inside, and one thing led to another. I was not able to control myself, and I had sex with her. And I said, wow. So in case this sexual intercourse makes her pregnant, what will you do? Since I have to reverse everything I'm doing and forget about this divorce thing and rather seek for postmarital counseling so we can continue life. I said, what if she's not in that same position? She says, I'll give her whatever she wants in this world so that child can be our connection and a destiny to keep our marriage going. It sounds brilliant, is that not it? But I was not happy by that. I always look like the prophet of doom because the things he has told me about the woman, and I just asked a hypothetical question, what if she's pregnant? Then I brought him back to his mind. Are you not the one who said that? They said ever since she went to live in that house there, there's a certain man who is coming there every day to come and sleep with her. So did you think of that before sleeping with her on protection? No, sir. So if she's pregnant today, do you think it is your sexual intercourse that impregnated her? Hear what the man said. He said, one thing I am sure of is that what they told me, I didn't believe it because as for this woman, nobody else can sleep with her. Wow. Wow. I said, wow. So telling me those things at those times because she wanted a divorce, you didn't mean it. Well, let's hope she doesn't get pregnant. So we continue with the proceedings of the divorce, preparing you to go for divorce, or we should investigate and see if she's pregnant. Then he asked, I hope she's not told you we've had sex. I said, oh no. Do you think the two of you will tell me? He says, yes, I'll discuss with her that can we be truthful to you and come and tell you we've had sex, which is not part of the deals. I said, okay. They came the next day for sections and both of them said, sir, we want to see you and tell you something. I said, okay, have a seat. Then the news was broken to me that they had sex. And she's feeling funny already. So can we do a test for her to know whether she's negative or positive? But because before that, the two of us have established that she's positive by the sex, not by test, but by my calculation, and have determined the gender for her in 14 days. And they were just in about the 6 weeks, and then, we were asking this question. So we did a strip test, and it was clear. And I had to let the man pay money for my gender. He gave the money, and I told him I'll get him the gender and all the story. Long story short, the baby came to connect them, so they refused the divorce. I insisted, no. Whatever they are intending to do by divorcing, we shouldn't take it off. Rather, because the two of them have consented and have decided that no matter what happens to the two of them, they want to divorce. I want them to follow up what is on their heart and go ahead with the divorce. They said no. They want to keep the marriage, want to keep the two children who are with their grandmother, and continue their marriage. I did a counseling for them, brought them together so that they will go. By the grace of God, the marriage is still there, but the crack has still not gone. They are at each other's throat again. The girl is 5 years now, and finally the woman wants to live. Because whatever change they were expecting has not come. I brought this to your mind for you to know some of the dangers that comes across when I say go and reconnect yourself to your baby daddy. So don't just go and connect because counselor says I should come back to you. There are other people that will go back to the baby daddy and go and mention my name. And your counselor be pan or me kasa yanka wo. Me betra when impo no kasa. Like I didn't say go and say that. Don't let somebody know that it is not your mind, it is my mind you are using. Thanks to Counselor Lutrot. No, don't do it. It's not part of the game. So have a connection with the man. Have a relationship with the man. The third thing after having a relationship with the baby daddy is now have a discussion about the baby daddy. And all these things will go as a process in counseling. Once that is settled, let the father now be connected to the child. But like I said, what you told the child or have been telling the child about the father is what will give us the clearance into this particular conversation. Whether the child will accept the father, will hate the father, will love the father and hate you, will respect the father and hate you, that is where we are now. Don't make a decision to marry if the child is not connected to the father. If I end today here, food for thought. But once, what do you want to start? 862 571 3950. 862 571 3950. 862 571 3950. Seek for counseling. Very important. Work on yourself, like I always say. Now let's get into counseling so the children can be connected to their father. Madam, stop insulting the father to the children. Don't make it a problem for the children. Let them understand that there is a man in your life. Don't let them feel their father is the most useless man ever. No matter how their father is, let them appreciate who he is. Thank you very much, Kenneth. God bless you for being part of this show today. Be very careful with what you are telling the children now. Don't deepen the wounds. Don't make the father of the children useless in the sight of the children. When they get connected to their father and it's not as useless as you described him, your children will lose respect for you. So until I come back your way again to tell you the rest of the things you need to do to get married, right now, begin to work on the children in the house. Change your language. The way you insult their father. If it's not their father like today, you are better off than how you are. If it is not because you took a decision to put everything aside and spend your rest of your life with them because your father was useless and stupid and a drunkard and a womanizer, he loves every woman, no, stop it. Change the story. They have other siblings somewhere. It doesn't make their father useless and stupid. My dear, you are born one. Nothing will change the story. You are born one. Nothing will change the story. But no matter what happens, marrying again is better than staying single. Why married? Why are you still single? God bless you for spending your 3 hours with me. Maybe you came in a later part. But ask yourself, I've been sitting here only with water to bring you knowledge and power. I thank God for wisdom. I thank God for impartation. I thank God for giving me the grace. It's been 5 solid days of teaching you how to manage a baby daddy. If there's nothing you have learned, remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Counselor Lutrot. My Instagram, Counselor Lutrot. My Twitter handle, Counselor Lutrot. What do you have to do as you're watching me now? Press the follow button. Come and learn. Implement what I have taught you. And I know one day you look for me. The strength I have today, I don't think I'll have it forever. I don't think. I travel to the US to come and relax, come and sleep, have recreation, travel here and there. And because of my daily show, I can't go anywhere. Just because somebody must be taught. Change your attitude towards the children. Your father is in America. He's a useless man in America. Their father is a big man, but he's a useless man. Hear me. There's no useless man. There's no useless woman.